So can I just check we've all got one of these sculptures?
Yep.
And 2 eyes?
Yep.
And a lump of clay? So as we go through this, if I'm going too quickly, just tell me to stop, tell me to slow down. If you want to ask any questions as we go, please do so. Okay? So, first thing we need to do is take a lump of clay off your main big lump. I'm guessing many of you have already played with clay before. Anybody not played with clay? No answer, that's brilliant. Okay, good. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover the front of this sculpture. This is called a sculpture. We're going to cover it in clay. Okay, so just the front to start with. So we're going to take this clay and we're going to go pressing it on to the sculpture. Even inside the eye sockets. Press it on. It can be quite thin. It hasn't got to be very thick at all. So all this is a foundation of clay.
Like I'm poking someone in the eye.
Okay. So that's the sort of place you want to be at the moment, just covering the front of the sculpture with a thin amount of clay. Is everybody okay with the process of putting this clay on the sculpture?
Okay, Jack.
Once we've got the clay about halfway down the neck, that should be fine.
Hey. Okay, Kay, take a picture of each stage. That's okay.
That's no worries, don't worry.
Okay, so are we all at that stage where we've got clay on the front of the sculpture?
Yeah.
Everybody?
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay,
Perfect.
so take your 2 resin eyes and drop them in position where you think eyes should be. And don't worry, if you don't like the position, we can change the position of the eyes. It's going to look a bit like an alien. Lovely. Carl, great.
Mildly terrifying.
How you doing, Sarah?
I think okay.
Yeah, looking good. Fern, you all right?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Well done. Yeah, thumbs up from
But
Kay.
okay.
Okay, so let's start the character creating process. We're going to start with a nose. So, I'm going to take a lump of clay. I'm suggesting something around that sort of size. Just a lump of clay. Okay, and then once you've got your lump of clay, I want you to turn it into a baby carrot.
Okay. I can do baby carrot.
It hasn't got to be a perfect baby carrot. It's the sort of baby carrot that Tesco would reject. Okay. And then I want you to put that baby carrot into a position that you think is appropriate for a nose. Where do you think a nose should go? Bear in mind we're doing a human, not a sketch. Or we're not doing a snowman. So we don't really want it to go on like that. We prefer it to go on something like that.
That looks a bit wonky.
All looking good? Can't quite.
Looks like a Squidward. I would personally like to apologise to this man.
So once you've got it in a position that you like, just drag some of that clay from the nose onto the face. So just roll your finger around the clay, dragging it onto the face from the nose. It's going to look something like that.
No one has a nose like that. No.
Like I say, don't worry if it's not a beautifully perfect nose. We'll change it as we go through the process. So next thing, we just want to make sure that there's enough room for the mouth. So if your nose is a bit long, if your nose is a bit Squidward, so you want to push it up a little bit to make sure there's enough room down here in the mouth. So don't be afraid to push this clay around. You're in control of it. The clay is in control of you. Okay, so just make sure there's enough room here for the mouth. So let's put a top lip in place. So another lump of clay, and this time turn it into a sort of slug of clay. Turn it into a cigar or a worm of clay. Make it thicker rather than thin. Make it quite thick rather than thin. We don't want thin lips at the moment. So we can change everything as we go through the process. Okay, so this is a top lip. So it's going to go under the
It looks like a moustache.
range until we take our finger and we push above that worm of clay, securing it onto the face by pushing it underneath the nose and up towards the cheek. It looks like a top lip. Looks a bit like Homer Simpson now. After this, we can change everything we want to make him gorgeous. Okay? So,
It looks rather concerning.
that looks fine.
That's fine.
The next thing we need is a lower lip. A lower lip is exactly the same. Another worm of clay, another cigar of clay. And this time it goes underneath the top lip. And this time, we use the finger to press down towards where the chin will be eventually. And we're going to stop our characters looking so shocked, because at the moment they're looking a bit shocked, aren't they?
Yeah.
We're going to stop them looking so shocked by adding eyelids, not eyebrows, eyelids, okay? So we've got a worm of clay, a small worm of clay this time. And that small worm of clay is going to go over the eyeball. Okay, so it's going to go in by the nose and drape over the eyeball itself. And just keep pushing it down until it covers about just the top of the pupil of the eye. And it makes the character look less shocked. Upper lids, and then you can do the lower lids as well, exactly the same way.
Oh no. Oh, this is bad.
So bear in mind, we are just doing the first character. Anything that you don't like about this character, we can change in the second part of the process. Okay, how are we doing with eyelids? Upper and lower. Well, we got eyelids, upper and lower. Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Hey, well done.
It's got such a big lip.
So, next thing we need are 3 more balls of clay, something around the same size you did for the nose. Like something like this. 3 more like that. Any suggestions what these 3 lumps of clay are going to be for?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. So, take 1 lump of clay. It's going to be a chin. Let's put it in a chin-like position.
Chin-like position.
Drawing some of that clay from that ball of clay onto the face. Don't press it too far to the neck, to the throat. We want it to be quite prominent. And don't worry if it looks strange, because we're going to be revisiting this chin in a minute. So it might look a bit weird for a minute, but that's fine. We are doing a character sculpture. Coral, that's lovely. Can't see everybody else's, so I'm sure that lovely. Sarah, that looks good. Well done. Fern, that looks, yeah, excellent. Well done. Right. These other 2 lumps are going to be for very simple ears. So, take your ball, take 1 ball of clay and put it on the side of the head about where you think an ear should go. Okay?
Kind of like. This is
And then
Why have I
take
forgotten where?
your finger or your thumb, whichever's strongest, and press it about 3/4 into that ball of clay, and press down and then drag towards the tip of the nose. You can have as many goes at that as you want. I'll show you again. Ball of clay, side of the head. Press your finger over about 3/4 of that lump, press down and drag towards the tip of the nose. Good?
Coral, that's looking good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, fine. How are we doing with ears, Sarah? It's all right.
Fern, are you okay with yours?
Yeah.
Okay, so just to make your ear look a little bit more like an ear, you can take your finger and just, where it's stretched towards the nose, you can just take your finger and just curve it around. Just gently press the clay and it'll curve it around to give you that nice curve of an ear, okay? You see that? And it looks incredibly like an ear, doesn't it? Come on.
Yes, it's looking good.
Let's be honest. It looks... Okay, how are we doing with ears? We all got ears?
Yep, just
Akin
about.
to ears.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fern, how are you doing? Are your ears all right?
Let's have a look at your ears, Fern. I wouldn't be able to hear you if I didn't have any.
No,
Very good.
It's really good. So the next thing we need are 2 quite long sausages of clay, something like that. 2 of those. Doesn't matter how long they are because you're going to be pinching off what you don't need.
Okay.
Okay? So, using one of your sausages of clay, your worms of clay, you're going to attach it like it's an earring. So one end is going to go in an earlobe-like position, somewhere like that. The loose bit in your fingers, you're going to drag that around to the side of the chin. So see where it's going? It's going to be a jawbone. So it's going to go somewhere like that, with a nice jaw-like curve, coming from the earlobe, down the face to the side of the chin. Pinch off what you don't need, and secure it to the face. And pressing inside there towards the cheek. And you might find your character takes on a sort of bearded look. Same the other side.
Strong jawbone.
Good.
A bit like Abraham Lincoln now.
Yeah, that's fine. They always go to a bit Lincoln-y.
Yeah. Maybe I should just say it's Abraham Lincoln.
You can stop it looking like Abraham Lincoln by adding some clay inside here, into this sort of groove that you've made. You can take some clay and just add it in there, and it'll make the cheeks look a bit chubbier or the jaw look a bit musclier. It'll stop him looking like he's got a massive beard. Oh, lovely. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to continue the shaping of the face by adding cheekbones. So, the cheekbones you want sort of cherry-sized lump of clay, both sides. Okay, so it's going to go in a cheekbone-like position, which is about there. Have we got cheekbones in place?
Oh, I need to do the other one.
Okay, that's all right. Plenty of time. Looking good.
I got distracted with the rest of the face.
That's easily done. Well, stick another cheekbone on, and we'll.
Sarah, I'm still trying to correct this flipping eyelid.
Oh, I keep doing that as well.
Kay's got cheekbones. Well done, Kay.
Oh, it's no Tom Hiddleston.
Fern, how are you doing? Excellent.
Okay, looking good.
Okay.
Okay, cheekbones almost done.
Yeah.
I can see you're getting distracted by other parts of the face at the moment, so that's fine. So the next thing is we're going to be putting some eyebrows in place. So you want another worm of clay. So they go somewhere above the eyes. Don't worry too much about position because we're going to be changing your character a lot in the next few minutes. So stick some eyebrows in place.
It looks like one of those things out of Labyrinth. Do you remember the door knockers in Labyrinth? It looks like one of them. This man looks psychologically disturbed.
Well, that's good. We're going to be asking you about that in a minute, about how you feel about your characters.
Are you finding this therapeutic, guys?
I'm finding this very enjoyable.
Good. Sarah, you okay? You enjoying yourself?
Yes, I'm enjoying it very much.
Okay, Jack, Connor, thumbs up if you're all right and enjoying modelling, claying, sculpting. Even though it's a little messy. Okay, cool. Could be a lot messier.
What are you doing? It's a bit messy. It should be nice and clean.
What's that?
Okay, so once you've got your eyebrows on, everybody give me a thumbs up or turn your sculpture to the camera so I can see it. And we can go on to the next stage. Oh, Sarah, that's looking lovely. Well done. Yeah, fantastic.
Oh, dear.
Carl, don't worry if it's not beautiful and perfect.
Okay, it just... yeah, okay, fair enough.
Oh, he's looking great. He's gorgeous. Right. So, that's the first stage done. We've created our characters. What do you all think about your characters? What sort of characters are they?
Psychologically disturbed.
Are they psychologically disturbed, or are they pleasant characters? Are they somebody you'd like to meet down the pub for a drink, or are they somebody you'd like to go with, or not? If not, why not? What's wrong with what makes you think that person isn't very nice? Coral, yours looks lovely. I'd like to go for a drink with your guy. It looks fun.
I think my guy looks scary on the outside, but inside he's a nice guy.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah. He's got a good heart.
Yes.
Well, we haven't got to the heart yet, but
yeah. Well, maybe my psychologically disturbed man has a soft side to him. Who knows?
Okay, so we're going to move on to the next part of the process, which is if you don't like parts of your character, you can change it, because we're using this amazing forgiving material called clay, so you're in control of it. You can do anything you want to your character now. So mine, the funny thing is, mine always looks quite sad. Every time I do a sculpture, it always looks quite sad. It always looks like that. I don't know what that says about me, but I always look a bit sad. Okay, so great thing is we're going to be able to change this character now. So if you all watch this, I'll show you what we're going to do. I'm going to age my character by about 50, 60 years, and I'm going to make him grumpy, even grumpier than he is at the moment. Okay, so all watch this. First thing I want to do is tear off his lips. Lips are gone. Now I'm going to make him lose his teeth. Okay, he's lost his teeth.
Your mummy and prisoner groove.
Now I'm going to make him grumpy by changing the shape of his eyebrows. Pushing his eyebrows down. Okay, so look how he's changed. In a matter of a few seconds, he's changed dramatically. And that's how you can use this clay so much, and it's so forgiving. It will allow you to do anything to your character. So, if there's anything about your character you don't like, you can change it. So now it's down to you to just play with your character for a little bit, to perfect it. You haven't got to be as drastic as me if you don't want to be. To perfect your character, to change it, to do whatever you want to it, to make it into something that you think isn't psychologically damaged, or is a slightly more pleasant character, or whatever you. It doesn't have to be a pleasant character. It could be just an interesting character. Okay, so it's entirely up to you what you do with it.
Fern, can we have a look at yours? Excellent.
Oh, I like the Mohican going on. Well done. Brilliant.
His ear looks like a banana.
So this is where a pencil might come in handy. If you don't want to do a big lipped person, you can take your pencil, the blunt end of the rubber end of your pencil. You can just give him a strange little mouth by doing that. And it just creates a little sort of strange sort of whistling character.
Hi.
Yeah. But it's just a different way to make a mouth. And then you can just slowly close the mouth again. You get a really strange little mouth. So it's just about experimenting with the clay, really. Not trying to get a fantastically beautiful Disney princess type character. You're just playing with the shape and playing with the clay until you get something that you can really be quite brutal to it. Because sometimes it's quite difficult to define what emotion your character is depicting.
Rosie's pretty happy though.
Coral, yours is looking delighted.
Pretty happy about something.
Yeah.
Sarah, can we have a peek at yours?
That better?
Yeah.
Because the important thing is, if this clay gets a bit dry, all you have to do is cover it in a damp cloth, and it will rehydrate because it's water based. It'll rehydrate for 2 hours, and you can carry on using it day after day after day. So even if it gets rock hard, doesn't matter. You haven't got to throw it away. All you've got to do is rehydrate it by covering it in a damp flannel or damp towel, and it'll rehydrate back to this beautiful, usable substance again. You can carry on using it day after day after day. Even if you want to be quite brutal, and really be quite, awful to this character and just squish his nose. Good
Can you
Mohican.
turn it sideways, Fern? Can you turn it sideways? Brilliant.
Lovely. If you want to use the pencil again for nostrils, you can just take the rubber end and push it up there. It creates a lovely nostril.
Having a COVID test.
But using a pencil, there's something wrong. You can create you've got to be quite brutal with it.
It looks like he's got a really itchy nose now and wants to sneeze.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, he's got a mouth where he's going to sneeze as well, hasn't he?
Mm.
So it's all about how you want to play with your character, how you want to change it. You can change it as much as you want to. If there's any parts you don't like about your character, change it.
Hey, is yours still looking like someone from Star Trek?
I don't think I'll be able to do it.
Hey, brilliant.
What I also suggest, if you want to think about a sort of Maya Angelou character or a Kate Moss character or anybody, have a picture in front of you to copy.
Yeah. Okay.
So guys, what we're going to do, we're going to leave the meeting now and we're going to rejoin at 12:30. Is everybody okay with that? Thumbs up, please.
That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, let's have a look.
Oh,
He's rather questionable. So
good. I always like that. Oh, yes. I like
Nice.
going in different directions. That's fantastic.
Where is it?
I took it into my mum's room because she found the thing first,
Yeah.
and I put it round her door, and she went, "That's even creepier than it was at first. Take it away."
Yeah. Well, because the eyes are going in slightly different directions, it will always look a bit manic. So if you're because we use resin eyes, you can then straighten them up if you want to by, really just pressing them, and you can manipulate them quite well and you can make them look directly at you, and he'll look less manic then.
The thing about him is that he's got a flipping pair of cheekbones on him.
Well, they're so sharp you might cut yourselves on those. But as you know, Dion, this is the great thing about this clay. You can carry on working on it time and time and time again just by keeping it damp. So
Yeah, fantastic.
to know that they can have the freedom to work on it time and time again, just by keeping it damp. Now, this is quite an interesting. If you've got some clay, this is quite an interesting way of making some very simple little heads. So you can just make 2 holes for the eyes, and then close it, and then squish it, and then make
I
it.
want to try.
And then if you don't like it, just squish it up again. Start again. And this time maybe you can use a pencil to make the eye holes, and then just. But we could also with a bit of planning, we could also do some animal sort of sculptures. So we could also do something like that, but they take a bit more time. So doing it, I'm not sure how we can do it over Zoom, but we'll try if you want to. If you're going to do a French bulldog, it needs to look like a French bulldog. So if you want to give it a go, then we can do that.
You've got comb over your face.
Hey, would like that. Fern, would you like that?
Yeah, it'd be something different.
Can I have a look at your head, Fern? Can we have a look at your...
I like the Mohican. I love the hair.
Wow.
Turn it sideways, Fern. Turn it. Oh, brilliant.